There was a family who moved into a new house in a quiet, secluded town. The house was old and had a lot of character, but it had been empty for years and was in need of some serious repairs. Despite the real estate agent's warnings about strange occurrences in the house, the family decided to take a chance and move in. At first, everything seemed fine. The family began to make repairs and decorate the house to their liking. But as time went on, they began to notice strange things happening. Doors would open and close on their own, cold spots would suddenly appear, and they could hear strange noises in the middle of the night. One night, the family woke up to find their youngest daughter, Emily, standing at the foot of their bed, staring at them with empty eyes. They tried to talk to her, but she wouldn't respond. They thought she was sleepwalking, but when they tried to lead her back to her room, she suddenly vanished into thin air. From that moment on, the family realized that their house was haunted. They tried to leave, but every time they packed their bags, the doors would slam shut and the windows would lock. They were trapped. As the days went on, the haunting intensified. The family would wake up to find writing on the walls, furniture moving on its own, and ghostly apparitions wandering the halls. They were terrified and didn't know what to do. One night, as the family huddled together in fear, they heard a blood-curdling scream coming from the basement. They cautiously made their way down the creaky stairs, and what they found was beyond their wildest nightmares. In the corner of the room was a pile of rotting flesh and bones, surrounded by a pool of dark, congealed blood. As they stumbled back in horror, they heard a chilling voice whisper, "You should have never come here." From that moment on, the family was plagued by horrific visions and nightmares, each more terrifying than the last. They tried everything to escape, but the haunting only grew stronger. It was as if the house itself was alive and feeding on their fear. In the end, the family realized that the only way to escape the haunted house was to sacrifice one of their own. As the family argued and pleaded, the ghostly presence grew more and more impatient. Finally, in a moment of desperation, they decided to draw straws. The unlucky member of the family was dragged away, screaming and pleading for mercy as the rest of the family watched in terror. And then, as suddenly as it had begun, the haunting stopped. The family was free to leave, but the memory of what they had witnessed would haunt them forever. They left the house and never looked back, but the image of the rotting flesh and bones remained burned into their minds, a reminder of the horrors they had experienced. They warned others to never make the same mistake they did, to never disturb the spirits that haunted the old, secluded house. For they knew that those who dared to enter would never leave alive.